I stand corrected on the Apollo update on Medistorm Apollo. It was named by the Italian Meteorological Agency, or the IMA, for Italy. This thing, Medicanes, or Medistorms as this one is called, tend to look like hurricanes to an extent because they will have an eye feature. And that's always going to be a feature about them. Now, a little bit of history about Medicane. About a Medicane that did over $1 billion in damage. Named Rolf back in the 2010s, I do not know what year it happened. It did $1.1 billion in damages. That was, I think, as of at the time, money. Which Medicanes tend to not do that much, actually. And this one's actually expected to loop around. You want to know what the icon model is saying? Category 2. Why? This cannot become a hurricane. I'm saying 60-mile-an-hour peak. I think what was it? ECWMF is calling for a 70-mile-an-hour storm. GFS calling for generally weaker, because GFS is usually conservative, and I'm on the side of the GFS. Because, no, it's not going to reach. If it reaches hurricane status, it'll be a miracle for it. At this point. And I wonder if the IMA is actually going to say that they named this. And is going to give the data to the Weather Channel, which they probably won't. I mean, they didn't do that with Janos. Also, no, I won't be doing animations as of yet. Once I get my computer, I'll probably start doing those, and I'm most likely going to do the track of Medicane Janos. Of Medicane Janos and Tropical Storm Mani as my first two animations. Why those two? O&M of 2020, or Janos, was a September Medicane of 75 miles an hour, and it was in September, and my birthday's in September too. It's already passed, and I forgot to make a video about it. So basically, me just saying that I already had my birthday there for this year. You don't need to celebrate it. And then money, because it was an absolutely rare thing, because you don't often see those cyclones down there, much less here in the Mediterranean. Speaking of which, Bryony was actually down here. I'll be also doing track videos of every storm that I covered for 2020 and, 2021. I believe I covered Laura on my main channel, maybe Isaias or Hannah. But I definitely know I covered both Laura and Sally. I covered Delta. I covered Zeta. I covered Eta and Iota. And I think I also covered Goni. So I'd have to do those as well. I don't know if I've covered. I think I covered Hai Shen at one point, so I would have to do Hai Shen. And for this year, I'll have to do every system in the North Atlantic, because I covered the North Atlantic, although not all of them were in the videos. And then for the East Pacific, I think I did, Felicia? I tracked Felicia, so that one would count. But then I covered both Pamela and... I didn't cover Rick, so I can't do Rick yet. I covered Pamela, and I did cover Linda, so those would also be there. Or Pamela, however you pronounce it. This year for the West Pacific, I did track Surigay. Tracked Mindul, Malau, what's it called? I covered quite a bit, so I would have to go through the archive of Forster Ting and then my channel and CT Oz as well. I did cover Rayoni, so that one would have to be done. I covered Taltes, Taute, spelled Tauktae, but pronounced Taute. So I covered that. I don't know if if I did cover Guwab. What was it, Guwab? No, I think I kind of covered Guwab and Shaheen, which would actually have to be both in the same track video. It was Yas that I think I had to cover. That I think I did cover. Yeah, I believe it was. And then I would also probably have to do Gatti. I think I think I would have to do Gatti, which Strong Storm to strike Somalia. I would also have to do Florence of 2018. I did cover that to an extent. It made landfall on my birthday. Central Daylight Time, of course. I did not cover Michael. I covered Irma. I covered Irma. Don't know if I covered Harvey or Maria. I didn't cover Nate. I covered myself from 2014, so I covered Hurricane Arthur of 2014. By the way, that's my channel name, which actually profile picture, and the channel name Hurricane Arthur referenced that, so I would have to do it. I don't know what other systems I would have to cover too, but yeah, it goes back as 2014. 14 for systems that I covered. Then I would get to systems that I didn't cover, which would inevitably all of those would actually be done when I get the computer. All those track videos that I did mention. Oh, by the way, I have a little bit of a challenge for you viewers. And that being, guess my favorite storm, and you will get a track animation, just one track animation of your choice. But I would like for it to be hypothetical. That'll be done when I get the computer that I want. Well, when I get a computer, that is. So yeah. Guess my favorite storm out of all of them. No, it's not Katrina. I'm gonna clarify that. Despite the fact that my birthday was close to the memory date of Katrina. No, it's not Katrina. And I don't think it's Tip either. So it's not Tip. So don't even try mentioning Tip. Don't even mention Goni or Haiyan. Because neither of those are my favorite storm. You just have to guess in the comment section below. If it is even there.